Notice of poll. I hereby give notice that the following persons have duly been nominated to contest the presidential elections on 3rd November 1992 in the following manner. Number 1, Professor Albert Edubwahin, New Patriotic Party. Number 2, Dr. Hilary Man, PNC. Kwabena Darko, NIP. J.J. Rawlings, NDC. General Eskin, NPHP. Fly Lieutenant Rawlings went on to win this election. Edubwahin was not the ruling party, but somehow he picked number 1. Somehow MPP like picking number 1, isn't it? This is A.A. Buahin who picked number 1. So why are there, we'll end this conversation by telling you why it is advantageous in this modern era to either be on 1 or be on the last. Because you see, the numbers that we have written here does not appear on the poll. It doesn't appear. Please show us another poll again. Just one, just anyone. Yes, there you go. Numbers don't appear. So they don't say 1, 2, 3. Numbers don't appear. It is just you have to count. So as I said, in 2008, Professor Mills said, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You know, that time he was doing the Christian thing. He says, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. And then you stick on the Holy Ghost. So if you're here and you are Charles Reku Brobe, and you are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's no 5 on the poll. The figure 5 is not there. So you cannot ask people to look for 5. You can ask them to look for your symbol, which is the CPP, the red cockerel. You have United Ghana Movement, the Sand, one of my favorites ever political parties, the Reform Party. You have the Rising Sun, Edubwahin and John Kufuor. You have the elephant, and you have the umbrella for JEA Mills, John Evans Atta Mills. So this one doesn't say 1. That's why President Kufuor didn't say number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He didn't say 7. He said Asieho. Those who remember that. He said vote for Asieho. When you go and vote for Asieho. Okay, let's get to the analysis and get to 1992 again. So this is not eventful. We'll not say much about it. Fly Lieutenant Rawlings won it. This is the notice of poll 1992. Okay, 1996. Fly Lieutenant Rawlings number 1. He won it. This is the first time ruling party gets onto number 1 and completely wins the election by about the same margin that he won 1992. In this election, J.J. Rawlings was first. I don't know whether the NDC realized in 1992 that perhaps first is better, so they started praying for it. So this is J.J. Rawlings, 1996. He was first on the ballot. J.J. Rawlings won the election. Give me the results of 1996. There you go. The results of 1996 is here. Fly Lieutenant Rawlings, ballot number 1. 92, Fly Lieutenant Rawlings, ballot number 4. 96 is what I'm talking about. Fly Lieutenant Rawlings, ballot number 1. He gets 2,323,000, representing 57.37% of the total ballots cast. 1996 election is won by the ballot number 1. Okay, let's get back to the ballot, please. Let's get back to the ballot very quickly. We have to wrap it up and do our sports and get on with it. Okay, so that's Flight Lieutenant Rawlings. He comes in at 1992. He wins it. Ballot number 1 is won. Okay, please show me the time when I'm going. In the year 2000, Dan Latte comes up with the first on the ballot, and Professor J.E.A. Mills picks the second on the ballot. Please remember that the numbers are not on the ballot. These are our own numbers, okay? George Hagan, and then Edward Mahama and Charles Broby all showing up in 2000. And then, of course, you have John Kufuor picking the final slot, number 7. And they used to say that is Asieho. Show me the results of 2000 selections. Show me the results of 2000. Okay, so 2000 selections comes here. John Kufuor is on ballot number 7. He wins the first round by 48.17%. He wins 3,131,000. He should have given me the second round results. That's the official results of the 2000 election. Producer, next time, accuracy. Give me the second round results as well. Okay, I have 2004 here. Let's get 2004 poll of notes. In 2004, these are the candidates that ran the elections. Oh, just 4. I'm sure that will be the smallest number of candidates. Is it just 4? Let me check. Yes, I'm sure that will be the smallest number of candidates. Is it just 4 or we just didn't pay attention to the rest? They'll tell me. Okay, it was 4. Yes, okay, great. So George Agude, you all remember him from the CPP. He was first. John Kufuor was second. Edward Mahama was third. John Evans Atta Mills went for the Asieho. And the results of 2004, we've already showed you John Kufuor clearly won. Let's move on to 2008. Okay, 2008, Nana Akufo-Addo picks the first on the ballots, NPP. Edward Mahama, next, PNC. John Evans Atta Mills, third, NDC. Emmanuel Ansa Entry, DPP, and Thomas Ward-Brew is CPP. Now, John Atta Mills won the election from the third position. And why did we say Atta Mills won the election? He won the election because he won after the third round of voting, he won. But after the first round of voting, Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was the winner. Except, as we keep saying, winner but. You can call it a Pyrrhic victory if you like. Those who know political science, we say something is a Pyrrhic victory. You can call it a Pyrrhic victory. But Akufo-Addo actually won, and he didn't win by just a small win. He won by 100,000 whole votes over GEA Mills, who came third. Professor Mills's campaign for 2008 was Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Okay, so that's 2008. Do you have the results in first and second round? It's important that you do. But let me see 2008 results. Let's see what you got. All right. 2008 results, it has only John Evans Atta Mills as number 2, winning the election. All right. So let's get back to 2008 and let me do the isolation. So the isolated case is 2008, where the person of the ruling party on the first ballot did not win. Somehow, the first position always goes to the ruling party. Rawlings was first in 1996, and then I think the next one will be this one. Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was first. He was a member of the ruling party, or the ruling party's candidate. Not just a member, he's the ruling party's candidate. So let me rephrase it. Somehow, the first position on the ballots often goes to the ruling party's candidate. And whenever it has gone to the ruling party's candidates, they win. You can call 2008 an exception, but 2008 was a kind of exception because in the first round, according to the results, Akufo-Addo won the election. He was first on the ballot. Okay, let's go to 2012. There you go. Then comes 2012, the next election. Ruling party's candidate, John Dramani Mahama, was first on the ballot. Why does the NDC pretend that they don't like first on the ballot? Why do they say they don't like first on the ballot? The last time John Mahama won elections, he was first on the ballot. So don't tell me that first on the ballot is a negative. You can't say that. As long as we are here, we are not going to allow you to say that because it's not borne out by the history. If you say that, it's not borne out by the history. This is the history. John Dramani Mahama was first on the ballot in 2012. He won the election. You can say whatever you want to say about election petition, Supreme Court, but the official results and the declaration shows John Mahama as the winner. And today, John Mahama is former president because of this victory. He took the victory from number 1. Anytime the ruling party is first on the ballot, they win. Don't let nobody come and deceive you that Akufo-Addo was first on the ballot and he didn't win. This is John Mahama first on the ballot. 2012, John Mahama first on the ballot. He won the election. All right, then there was Henry Herbert Nate, and then there is Nana Akufo-Addo third on the ballot. I don't remember whether Akufo-Addo said Father, Son, Holy Ghost. There's Papa Kwesi Ndum, and there's Akwesi Adai. Let's go to 2016. Do we have it? Yes. 2016, Akufo-Addo was fifth on the ballot. He won. John Dramani Mahama was third on the ballot. Who was the ruling party in 2016? John Dramani Mahama. NDC was a ruling party in 2016. Somehow they didn't get the first on the ballot, Driver Green Street. Next was Nana Akufo-Addo, Ajiman Rawlings. Next was John Dramani Mahama, Papa Kwesi Ndum, Nana Akufo-Addo, and Akufo-Addo obtained the victory. Let's go to 2020 quickly. We don't need the results here. Let's go 2020. Show me 2020, and then I'll deal with it. Okay, I have it. Yeah. 2020, Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was first on the ballot. Just yesterday, Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was first on the ballot. And he won. He did win. He's first on the ballot. 2020, was Akufo-Addo the ruling party's candidate? Yes, he was. Anytime the ruling party's candidate has been first on the ballot, that ruling party has won the election. This is the record. I don't know what's going to happen in December. But this is the record. If you want to show fidelity to the record and not be propagandist, this is the record. And those who come on Facebook and say that somebody won first and he didn't win and 8 is better than, I don't know which is better. But this is the record. 2020, Akufo-Addo was first on the ballot. He won it. Whenever the ruling party is first on the ballot, they win. Nobody can take that and change it. This is the fact of the matter. And the propagandists must read. They must read. Maybe Captain Smart is not advising them because he can hear 2001 and say that it's 1991 and do a whole program on it. When you go and say 2001, he can hear it as 1991 and he will do a whole program on it. He doesn't even listen. Maybe if Captain Smart is advising you, you will come and be saying things like that and embarrassing yourself that when you are on the first on the ballot, you don't win. Just yesterday, 2020, Akufo-Addo was first on the ballot, he won it. So the true reflection is that Whenever the ruling party picks first on the ballot, they win. That has been the history. I don't know what the future will be. Only God knows the future. I don't know the future. But this is the history.